Hello everybody, this is Game Master here, and I will be predicting the 2017 Seattle Seahawks schedule as in about 2.5 hours from now, it'll actually come out. And I'm super excited because I love the NFL and I love watching these games. So here's what I hope the NFL schedule is going to be like. So I want to take a moment to look at the schedule for the Seattle Seahawks. So this is not the official schedule by any means, but this is what I'm hoping, like I said earlier. Week 1 at the Rams. Now, the Rams did not have their opening game against the Seattle Seahawks. Well, that was their opening home game, but the opening game was not. The Seattle's did not have the home opener. So I really think that Seattle will go on the road to face these Rams, just because that's always an intricate matchup with high defensive probabilities. So I really honestly think that that's going to be the case. Week 2 at Philadelphia. That's kind of a not a throwaway game, but a game that people might not watch as much, so put it in the early season where it really doesn't matter. Same with the 49ers. I think that the 49ers are going to be a fun matchup to go to and watch to see the crowds, but it's not going to be the greatest of game in general. Then the Seattle Seahawks will have 2 road games, I think, in a row against the Tennessee Titans and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Both these teams are on the East Coast, so I think that this is something that Seattle would love to have happen so they can kind of adjust to the time zone. I think Tennessee is still Eastern time, I want to say, but it might, if it's not, then the Central Standard Time, which is 2 hours ahead, but I want to say it's Eastern Standard Time. So that would give the Seattle Seahawks a couple hours to kind of rest on it and then go against Marcus Mariota and Blake Bortles. Then the reason why there's no week 6 is because of the fact that that's the bye week. Typically, after something like that happens, they'll put that as the bye week so they can rest off that week and get used to that time zone. So then we have week 7, which would be Indianapolis Colts. This was a huge game in 2013. The Colts upset the Seattle Seahawks big time, and so I'm kind of excited for that game. That game will be an amazing one between Andrew Luck and Russell Wilson, and see who the better quarterback is. Week 8 at Arizona. They typically place the at Arizona game ahead of the Seattle Seahawks home game against the Arizona Cardinals, so that's where I put that there. I was debating on it being a home game, but they wouldn't also have, is coincidentally, week 9 is the Atlanta Falcons. They wouldn't give us 3 home games straight. That'd be insanity. But then we go to week 10, and that's the Green Bay Packers. The Green Bay Packers are definitely going to be a team to look out for because they are a good team. They had a down year this year. They were 4-6, but then they skyrocketed the last 6 games and beat teams that a lot of people were like, what the heck? And it's at Lambeau Field, so that's going to be even scarier to face off against. I am not excited to see them, but you know what? That'll be a good competition for us, and I'm okay with that. Week 11, Washington Redskins, kind of what they did Week 11 last year. They threw the Philadelphia Eagles in there for us, so they're going to do the same thing this year. They're just going to throw in the Redskins. But Kirk Cousins is a good quarterback, don't get me wrong, so I'm not going to be like, they're so easy to beat, because they have a tough time. Week 12, you notice this says Week 12 at Dallas. That is actually going to be the Thanksgiving game. I honestly am throwing that out there just because there's rumors about it being the New York Giants at the Redskins. We don't know who the Lions go against, but I highly doubt it would be the Dallas Cowboys, because, you know, what happens is they have the Redskins, or not the Redskins, the Lions, the Cowboys as their 2 slots, and then they have a random slot. And the last time that Seattle played in Thanksgiving, I think, was 2014, but I know it was against the San Francisco 49ers. So that would be an interesting game, I think, that would be displayed on Thanksgiving, because that's just going to be a heated game, fun emotions and everything, and that will lighten up all the crowds and make them come to that game, and everybody's going to watch that game, and everything will be focused on them. So that's honestly what I think. Houston Texans for Week 13. After that, it gets a little bit of a boost here and there, so that would be a good thing. Week 14 at New York Giants, and I'm not going to say, oh, this is going to be primetime or this is not going to be primetime, because I have a few games in here that I think could be primetime, but I think the Seahawks will be on the road for their primetime, most of their primetime games, so I'm a little bit worried. But the Giants, that's going to be a fun game in the Meadowlands. I'm excited for it. A lot of people are excited for this, so hopefully they can continue on forth and become a good team again like they were last year. Week 15, 16, 17, the last 3 weeks of the regular season, or 3 out of the last 4 weeks of the regular season, tend to be devoted towards the division in the NFC West. So, with that being said, I think that it's going to be at home against Arizona, at home against St. Louis, and on the road against San Francisco. Now, you look at this, and you guys are going to ask me, why do you have the Cardinals at 15 and the Rams at 16? Well, last year, the Rams were at 14, so, I mean, I guess, you know, I could see that question. But the Rams, I really feel like, are going to have a harder time. Actually, the Rams were at 15, take that back. They were 15 Thursday night game. But yeah, I really think that we're going to have a hard time against the Rams this year. I don't know. The Cardinals have fallen considerably, and they are starting to die out a little bit because they're veterans. They are falling to pieces now. So I think that the Rams will be a better opponent for us for Week 16. And then at San Francisco, they were gonna have to put that in there somewhere. So yeah, that's what I think my schedule is gonna be. If I pronounced anything incorrectly, like if I said the St. Louis Rams, which I might have done, don't get me wrong, I probably have done that. If I did that, I'm so sorry. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Please like and subscribe to the video. If anybody else is excited about this, please just smash that like button, and we will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.